And we are live. Hello, guys, and welcome everybody to Jay and Toby in the afternoon, where we sit and read true crime stories to you, hang out, get to know you guys, and all kinds of other fun stuff. If you're not familiar with the show, we are the sister show to the main Jason Hebert channel, where I interview the loved ones of missing persons in an effort to help spread awareness and try to bring justice online. But this morning show is a bit of an extension to that nighttime program, but it does work a bit differently. Instead of interviewing the subjects, we instead take a look at stories from a third-party perspective and give our own opinions of them, as well as communicating with you guys in the chat to get to know you a little better. Tonight on the show, we have quite a few stories. Hey, Tabitha, you are the first here. Well, it says we get 4, but you're the first to comment. And you still might have been the first here. Tonight on the show, a transgender activist and suspect's wife are killed in a stabbing that took place in front of kids. Yikes. A man is charged with attempted murder of a woman after allegedly driving a truck into the Chicago police. The body of a missing West Virginia woman is found in a well, and a man allegedly admits to killing her, and much, much more. Good morning to everybody joining us. And now it's down to 1. I tell you, I don't believe this counter. Goes to 4 to 1, back to 4 to 6, down to 3. I don't know if that many people are really leaving and coming, but maybe. I think it just has trouble keeping track of how many people are in here. So during the show, we also raise money to support the efforts required to find the families we interview, research their cases, promote the stories, and everything else that comes along. Good morning, Chris. With the 125 or so interviews that we do have on our main channel. So if you would like to support the channel, the link to do so is in the description. It's either above or below the video, depending on if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook. Just woke up. Sorry, guys. I'm working nights now. Did get a little sleep, but brain is still activating. Brain activation time. So bear with me if it takes me a moment to become articulate. So we don't have any supporters on this stream yet. However, what I will do is we did have one earlier. Well, we can count that after. Let me kind of get this started. So when I say we put your name on screen for everyone to see, there's only 3 people here. I'm guessing you guys know the deal already, but if you're new, that's how we do it right there. Support your name for everyone to see. Also, every donation goes to getting our handsome co-host Toby here a bacon treat. Right there. Boom. Right here. So it goes to getting him a treat. If you donate within the first 20 minutes, so right now it's 3, so by 3:20, it does get him double treats. And, he thanks you. He does a little dance. We feed him, and just little fun incentives that we do. Yeah, but the new job was great. It was exactly everything I expected it to be. It's a machinist job, so you do get little bits of work coming in, but a good, 60% of the time is a lot of downtime. So I can sit there and work on my channel in various ways, write scripts, such stuff like that. And what was the last thing? I can work on my channel and but I couldn't last night and I won't be able to tonight only because eyes are burning, only because I am training with somebody. So I do have somebody there with me, and so I can't just yet, but after tonight I'll be all alone and able. I know what I'm doing. It's a very easy job. It's all automated. Click this, click that, boom, 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 and I'll be good to go. Okay. 1 second, guys. guys 1 second. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Hey, Chris. Oh, you have some news regarding standstill from earlier. Absolutely. Let us know what happened. This was what Chris is talking about. This is Chris G, our second Chris in the chat. There is a guy, he's a teacher, and he was being very, very touchy with the kids and kind of creepy. So he was in the news we were reading earlier. So he's saying that he has some updates on him. So let's take a look. Sorry for the slow start here, guys. I'm speaking to someone in relation to the channel, so I don't know. I'm not mad at something that just a couple things are changing and stuff like that. So thank you for bearing with me while I type. I know it's not fun to sit there watching a guy type. Oh, Tabitha, as for your message, we do have a donation, but Tabitha, as for your message, don't worry about that. I totally understood what you were going through. So please do not apologize for that. You never would have to apologize for that, but especially with what you're going through, I totally got it. I know you are going through something right now and you're trying to make sure that that's all set. So don't even think you have to apologize ever, sweetie. Even if you weren't going through that, there's no obligations. Even if it's something I mentioned a lot during the stream, like I said, there's a reason for it in the background, and I'm doing it just because people are coming in and out. Please don't feel like pressured yourself to do it. He's back in his representative job. Wait a minute. Is this, hang on a second. Okay. I have Chris, I had something happen. So, okay. Wait, intern harassed after Idaho state rep accused of rape. I'm just making sure. I thought I had a story that could have been him by a state rep, if that's what you talk. Okay, no, this is Aaron von Erlinger. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I had him in a different story. That's still awful, but oh my goodness. Okay. So is there any kind of petition or something to get him out? If he's going that famous, then there needs to be some kind of petition to bounce him out of there, right? But we have our first donation of the stream, guys. Thank you so much to Tabitha. And so it will get TOby 2 bacons. And he goes and says, thank you, Tabitha. And again, Tabitha, it's totally understood that you're going through stuff. And either way, you wouldn't have to explain, but do not feel you have to. We are here behind you. If you need to talk about anything, let us know. But I just know that I know completely, everything at least you said that you're going through. So don't feel pressure. Okay, sorry guys. Okay. All right, Annie with the link. It's alleged that he did that. Well, yeah, it's alleged that he did what? Because he definitely was super touching and stuff with the kids. We have that on video. I know he wasn't accused of it yet or anything, but I'd be comfortable going so far as to say that that's kind of beyond alleged based on that video. This kid was like slamming kids. He was doing it in a joking way. Almost imagine like with your imagine if you have a teenager, right? And you're saying like, oh, you think you're tough because you're his dad or mom, and he's saying, I could beat you up. So you're jokingly like swinging him back and forth and picking him up and slamming him in the bed, not hurting him, but just showing him like, come on, Mr. Tough Guy, you can't beat up your mom or your dad. Picture something like that, grabbing him like maybe in his chest, like, come on, tough guy, wrapping your arms around him, stuff that you might do with a sibling or a child, because you're close with them. That's what this guy was doing with like young kids, picking them up, swinging them around, saying, come on, what are you going to do? You can't do that. It was some creepy stuff. So I do have to say it's a little beyond alleged as far as that this guy was definitely acting like that. As far as whether a crime was committed, that's what I guess we have to find out. But yeah, apparently he's now a state rep, and things are getting weird. Okay, thanks, guys. Just getting everything prepared. Okay. All right, so in our first story, I hadn't seen that. Awesome, she was fine. Oh, wait, what did Junie say? Sorry. Hey, Facebook user, I believe that's Auntie Jenny. Did everyone see they found a missing Utah woman alive after disappearing from a campsite in November? Apparently she did it on purpose, maybe mental health problem. Oh, I didn't see that, Junie. Absolutely, I didn't. But that's great news. I love when those stories happen because I feel like when I post them on my Facebook, every family on there that is thinking like, it's over, there's no hope, gets a breath of fresh air, like, wait a second, what? And then they read the story. And I like yellow. Yeah, I do like yellow, huh? I hope it's the lighting. No, I like the same color as TOby. Oh, yellow. Well, he's kind of more of a golden tan, so I guess I look weird. It might be the lighting. Might be. I just made it flush. I just woke up. I'm half asleep. The way the lighting's bouncing off me. I'm not sure. Kaleidoscope. I'm sorry. It's probably a combination between that. What I think is probably also contributing to it is because I smoked during the show. Which, by the way, I have to put the lighter on me. Dang it. Okay, I do. I think it's okay. Hey, Jenny. Yeah, it still shows you as Facebook user, but I think the smoke goes up and hits the lens, so that's probably yellowing a little. So between that and the lighting, it's making me some kind of bright yellowish oranges. Okay, so our first story of the day. A transgender activist and a suspect's wife are killed in a stabbing that took place in front of kids. The transgender activist, Jahaira De Alto, touched the lives of everyone around her with her passion, drive, humor, and fierce vision. So I believe this was a man that transitioned to a woman or whatever. I believe that's the case. A transgender activist who worked with a domestic abuse program and was hosting a man and his family in a Boston home Sunday, my neck of the woods, died after the man allegedly stabbed her and his wife to death in front of 2 children, authorities said. Wow, how could you do something like that in front of kids? No motive was released for the killings of the activist, who was 42 years old, or the man's wife, 28-year-old Fatima Yassin, by the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office. So I believe it's not the activist's wife, not the transgender person. It's the transgender person and the wife of the man who was hosting the transgender person. I'm going to exactly what city it's in, if it's Boston proper or, here we go. So the suspect, 35-year-old Marcus Chavez, who's of Dorchester, that is a area surrounding Boston, touching Boston, very close, was ordered held Monday without bail. The 2 young children present at the time of the slayings were physically unharmed, the attorney's office said in a statement obtained by People. D'Alto was mourned as a colleague, activist, and survivor who touched the lives of everyone around her with her passion, drive, humanity, humor, and fierce vision in a Facebook post by the Elizabeth Freeman Center, which offers counseling, emergency shelter, and advocacy for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. That's sad. You never want to see this happen to anybody. Her impact on the community was profound, and her presence would be missed by many, says the post, which quoted D'Alto in her own words from a post D'Alto wrote for Mother's Day last year. I am the mother who raised the children whose rainbows sparkled too brightly and blinded their birth moms, D'Alto wrote. I cherished what they discarded. I took on earthly assignments for moms who had earned that heavenly reward. For their babies who still need raising, I did that, and I'm still doing that. Here we have a quick video. I can go ahead and try to play the video. In the article I sent you, he was accused of battery. Oh, right. So yeah, so that is still alleged, right? But the footage, he's definitely touchy-feely, and I guess it's a matter of perspective on that one because he hasn't been accused yet. But yeah, he needs to stop acting exactly how he acts. That's the one thing I can say for sure. Thank you for posting that link, Annie. Greatly appreciate you. Let's quickly play this.
Now at 5 o'clock, a killing and a confession. Prosecutors say this Dorchester man admitted in a 911 call.
Wait a minute. I have to make sure. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen. Dang it. Okay. Good thing I didn't just sit there for like 5 minutes playing that video, thinking you guys were watching it. Hang on a second. I did that the other day. Okay, here we go. So here is the video.
His wife, but they also say he killed a well-known activist in the trans community. Good evening to you. I'm David Wade.
And I'm Lisa Hughes. The women were stabbed to death in a Dorchester home over the weekend. WBZ's Louisa Moeller has the latest tonight from Dorchester.
She didn't deserve to die.
Two roommates processing the tragedy that occurred inside this Dorchester home. Police say their friend, 42-year-old Jahira D'Alto, was one of the two women found brutally stabbed to death here Sunday afternoon.
Honestly, I'm just going through a lot of the stages of grief, mostly disbelief.
It's a shame that she's being charged with 2 counts of murder.
On Monday, 34-year-old Marcus Chavis was held without bail for their murders. Investigators say Chavis called 911 himself to report he had killed his wife. When they arrived here, they saw blood on Chavis and 2 children ages 7 and 8 inside and unharmed. Police then discovered D'Alto dead with multiple stab wounds to her neck and a small dog alive with a stab wound to its side. Then the children pointed them to where their mother was, 27-year-old Fatima Yassin, who was also stabbed several times and was pronounced dead at the hospital.
2 people lost their lives, and these 2 children are going to be impacted for the rest of their life with respect to what has occurred. It's horrific.
During a police interview, Chavis said he woke up to find his wife bleeding next to him, but didn't know why, only that he was holding the knife. He also said he takes medication for PTSD and schizophrenia. The family had recently moved in with D'Alto.
She had allowed them or taken them in to stay there.
Now, a larger community is mourning the loss of D'Alto, a well-known transgender rights activist.
She was an incredibly caring person and did so much trying to forward many activist causes.
And locally known as the kind woman who sat on her porch and greeted anyone who walked by. The Department of Children and Families is involved, but it's unclear who's caring for the children right now. We're live in Dorchester. Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
Louisa, thank you.
Extremely sad, guys. Everyone has different lifestyles. We don't have to agree with them. We all have our beliefs. You know, you can choose to keep them to yourself. You can choose to try to push them on others. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. However, the one thing you can't do and have no reason to do is hurt somebody else over them, particularly kill them. So it's sad every time something like this happens. Not everybody's going to live like you or believe in the things you do. And I don't know. But that's, you're never going to convince the whole world to do anything. So what are you going to do? Everybody has something you believe that they're not going to believe in. So what are you going to do? Kill the whole world? Just extremely sad. My eyes are burning. Sorry, guys. Oh, just waking up. Yeah, the poor children, witnessing a murder. I saw my first dead body when I was working at a emergency room. In a city not far from here. And I got to say, even that was difficult for me. And I was probably 20, 21 maybe, just seeing a dead person laying there, and they had died naturally. So take the fact that I'm older and that it was a natural death, and that didn't affect me nearly as bad as a poor, couple of kids watching a murder. I can only imagine how horrifying that is, because I remember that eerie feeling I felt of being in the room and just seeing a dead guy laying there. And, like I said, that is not even close to what these kids went through. Just sad. Yep, exactly. We're all different in many different ways. And exactly. That's literally what makes the world cool, right? If everybody was me, I would never even go out. I'd be like, ugh, I don't want to go and talk to a bunch of me's. You know what I mean? Everyone that's exactly the same as me. Nobody to disagree with or argue with or debate things with or something. Everyone's just a bunch of Jasons walking around this world, blowing smoke in their eyes and tripping over their TObys. Am I right? Did we give TOby his treats for our first donation? I don't remember if we did, actually. Like I said, my brain is half shut off. I'm going to give him his double treats now. I don't remember that I gave it to him for Tabitha's treats. So TOby, say thank you, Tabitha. If he already did, then whatever. We have... What are we at here? Hang on a second. Yeah, we got 25 to go for our goal for the day, guys. Can we hit it? Can we hit our goal? We'll see. All right, TOby, this is a treat from Tabitha. Right, it's all the same. It would be awful. It would be absolutely awful. That would be the worst thing. So, and I guess everybody likes some differences, but then when one is too weird to you, you just feel uncomfortable. And that's when stuff like this happens, but it's really sad. I like to learn from other people's various differences. It's fascinating. Exactly. I love going into like neighborhoods and cities. That's exactly what I did when I was younger. I moved to Florida and I'm like, whoa, everything's different down here. Then I moved out to California. I'm like, whoa, everything's even different out here. And then I was planning on maybe visiting different places in the world. Hasn't happened yet, but it's likely to, for the same reason. I'm like, I wonder what different cultures are like, how people learn, how people do things. I haven't seen Ronnie here yet. Typically, she'll say hello in the beginning, even if she's not going to talk. So I don't think she's here, but she was here earlier. Live and let live. Beautifully said. Let everybody relax and do their own thing. And you know what? If you're right, you'll know it in the end. You don't need to push people. In the end, you'll prove you're right, and you'll go on to whatever rewards you have, and they'll go on to whatever they have coming for them. So there's no... them living how they live isn't really going to affect you very much at all. So a man charged... What are you moving around so much for? Come down, buddy. Everything's okay. Just relax. Man charged with attempted murder of woman after allegedly driving a truck into the Chicago police. Timothy Nielsen allegedly told a man to, quote, watch what I'm going to do, prior to steering his truck towards the crowd, said prosecutors. This is another thing becoming alarmingly more popular, huh? Because I was saying the other day about how alarming it is that school shootings are becoming like a thing to do for kids. And, well, not becoming. They've long since become a thing. When Columbine happened, it was so weird. Now we can't keep track of them. There's one every week. This is another thing that feels like that. You never heard about people using their cars as ramming devices into their crowd. But this is another thing that I feel like every week I'm hearing about some damn person ramming their car into a crowd of people, whether it be protesters or whatever. But what the hell is going on with this? This is becoming crazy. This is he. Wearing his Ed Hardy shirt, circa 2008. Fitting in 2008. In 2021. Police in Chicago have arrested a 57-year-old man on attempted murder charges after he allegedly ran down a crowd of people having a picnic in the city's Logan Square neighborhood. A press release from Chicago police confirms that Timothy Nielsen is being held without bond on 4 counts of attempted murder. The press release alleges that on Saturday at about 5:15 p.m., Nielsen intentionally jumped a curb on West Logan Boulevard and deliberately steered his pickup truck at a group of pedestrians gathered for a picnic. Okay, so this wasn't even people protesting. This is people having a picnic. What is going on here, guys? What are we doing here in this little experiment called the human race, right? Getting crazy. I just don't know anymore. So he tells everyone, look what I'm going to do. I mean, it wouldn't be right, but you would almost understand it if maybe, who knows? There was a crowd of people protesting something awful. And he said, I hate this. I got to get rid of them, right? Watch what I'm going to do. But this guy rammed into a crowd at a picnic. What were you saving everybody from? The murder of Brad? Well, that was an awful joke, sorry. But what the hell are you doing? The Chicago Sun-Times reports that 10 to 15 people were struck by the truck. However, the police press release alleges the offender struck one 42-year-old female victim with this vehicle. Wait a minute, what? So the news is reporting 10 to 15 people, and the police press release alleges one person. Okay. The woman sustained serious injuries after becoming briefly pinned beneath the vehicle. Oh my God. She has since been treated and released. Can you imagine being pinned beneath the vehicle? Just hot revving over you after probably already having been injured, broken bones. It's terrifying. Nielsen was arrested at the scene, the press release states. According to the Sun-Times, which was present for a hearing Monday, prosecutors said in court that Nielsen lives in Logan Square and allegedly told the neighbor he was, quote, annoyed by yuppies on the boulevard who are out with their dogs. So that's our motive, guys. He was annoyed that yuppies are walking their dogs. Watcher! Hey, everybody, Watcher's back. It's been so long, Watcher. How have you been? I started my job last night, Watcher. It went awesome. I got my first day in, and then I was being trained. Then tonight I will be trained again. After that, I'll be all alone. And let me tell you, I get at least 4.5 to 5 hours of downtime at night. I'm going to be working on my scripts, with like yours and Annie's stories and all kinds of things. Boom, I'm going to be banging through those things, I promise. I just can't tonight because it's my last training day. There's basically like 5 things to learn. Like, okay, when the stuff comes, put it in the machine, press this button, then take it out, put it over here, then wait for more stuff. That's basically the job. But I basically was trained after 45 minutes, but they're giving me 2 days of training. So once tonight's shift ends, I'll be right back to boom, working and writing. I'll be doing plenty of work all night on the channel. Give me 1 second, guys. I actually have to check from the boss. Look at my pants from the cigarette. Give me 1 second, guys. I do have to check on a text message from the boss to make sure of the schedule. I believe I'm going on the rest of the week. The link is in the description. Andy's posting it if you would like to support. We're doing double treats for TOby. We've got about 15 people in here, so maybe someone will come forward. It's been a slow day. We have 1 donor, so if you would like to support, we appreciate you. I think we're about 25 or so from goal, something like that. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me just check my text from my boss. Okay. No response yet. Hey, Chris G, thanks for messaging me. Cool. I'm glad you guys are hanging out behind the scenes and getting to know each other. Alrighty, so we have some crazy old dude running his truck into a crowd, although we don't know if it's 1 person or 10 to 15 people. But we do know one person's seriously hurt. And he's done it because he's annoyed the yuppies are walking their dogs in his neighborhood. He also allegedly told the man to watch what I'm going to do just prior to hopping in his red Ford F-150 and driving onto the grass where the picnic was happening. Prior to allegedly driving into the crowd, Nielsen became increasingly hostile at the picnickers who were celebrating a birthday, prosecutors said. The paper's report indicates he allegedly ran over their bicycles and chairs before turning towards the partygoers. Prosecutors said Nielsen, who has past convictions for kidnapping and extortion, okay, so we're not exactly dealing with what they're saying here anyways, guys, attempted to flee the area, but the truck wouldn't move due to a large cooler that had become wedged beneath the vehicle. That's God working for you, saying, nope, you don't get to run into a crowd of people and just drive on your merry way. See you later, bud. Time to do the rest of your life in jail. You're not going to get away to go hurt more people with your truck. So Nielsen, when bystanders tried pulling Nielsen from the truck, he allegedly brandished a knife, leaving one individual with a minor cut to the arm, prosecutors said. Nielsen did not enter pleas Monday and is due back in court May 10th. Well, here's hoping they throw the book at him, I'll tell you that much. Because who the hell do you think you are? You know, when somebody does something like that to just a public crowd, you have to remember that could easily be your mom, your sister, your son, your daughter. Anybody who's willing to hurt a random crowd of people needs to be gone from society ASAP. Smash that like button. We appreciate you watching. In our next story, the body of a missing West Virginia woman is found in a well, and a man allegedly admits to killing her. So Michael Smith, 41 years old. Sorry, guys, blowing smoke in my eyes. Still half asleep. I've only gotten half the sleep I need. If you've ever worked nights, yeah, TOby's just waiting for treats. He's just sitting there like this. If you ever work nights, you know that you don't really come home and sleep an 8-hour shift and bounce up. You kind of do 2 or sometimes 3 little 3 hours shifts or so. So I'm on my first one. So when I finish this show, I'll probably knock back out for another few hours and I'll feel better when I wake up. But right now I'm still kind of extremely tired. So bear with me as I go through the process of the show here. But this will definitely be the last show today because I don't have... Navy Vet's doing well. She has a couple things going on in her life. She was here the other day and she's dealing with a couple things. She has some very specific things going on later in this week. So I'm trying to give her some time and kind of not really bother her on Messenger or anything so that she can deal with what she's dealing with. I think she comes in the show sometimes and listens, but she hasn't been participating in chat, really. She did the other day, but for the most part, she hasn't. Float me a bacon already. Hey, you know what? He's been patient. I'll give him that because it's been a really slow day, but I actually already gave him one earlier without a donation, so he got his freebie. He has to wait. He knows the rules. I'm trying to raise a trained boy here, watcher. You trying to spoil my boy? If we give him too much, he'll be walking around thinking he can get bacons anywhere he goes. We got to train this boy. Takes time to adjust the night shifts. Yeah, I'm totally in that adjustment period. I actually was almost dozing off a couple times last night, which is strange because I can stay up nights at home and I don't doze off. But I think it's kind of a mental stress thing being at work. On one bogey for TOby. Yeah, he'll get one. We'll get one more person or 2 more people that come through. We still have 25 in the goal. So when those donations come on in, I'll give him like probably double or triple treats, but he get a wait. I don't want to spoil him. Because don't forget, it's not like he only gets, I could do 3 to 11, never can handle graveyards. Yeah, they're tough. It's not like he never gets treats in the day either, it's not like he only gets them on the show is what I mean to say. So I have to kind of regulate them because I've been giving through him throughout the day and I've been trying to be like, okay, actually, I'm going to hold off because I know we're doing the show later and he's probably going to get like 3 or 4. So I don't want to give him 3 or 4 now. So yeah, I'm a night watcher too, Chris. So I have to hold off and do it periodically, but he's been good today. because he only got one for a donation, and then he got one later. PayPal link's not working? Come on. No wonder we're getting nothing today. Hang on, let me try to repost it. This has been happening all week. It's so frustrating. You know, like if people can't, then it's perfectly fine. But if it's because the link isn't working, it gets me so frustrated. Because we've had about 6 people. The one in the description isn't working, but the one in chat is working. Is that what you're saying? Let me see if I typed it right. Oh, I did PAPAL, not PAYPAL. Damn it, it's me. Okay, Carla, don't use the description link, though, because that one's wrong. No wonder nobody's coming in. Sorry, guys. As you can see, that's me being tired. Rocky's cut off from treats. He got too fat. If that's the stimulus, I'm tired. If that's the criteria I went by, Kaleidoscope, TOby will be cut off for about a good month. He is chubby. You guys see his lump? That scares me. I hate that lump on him. It really scares me. Yeah, Carla or anybody else, watcher, if you're trying to donate, yeah, sorry about that description link, but it's in the chat like 100 times. So please just use that one. That's my mistake, though. It's not PayPal. I'm sitting here yelling at PayPal, and it's my stupidity. Sorry, guys. That's what I get. No wonder. It's been kind of like, geez, what a slow day. And you know why it's a slow day? Because your dumbass, Jason, can't do anything right. All right. We have $5 donation coming in from Carla and Annie, who donate 5. Thank you, Carla. I just got it. You guys rock. So we get Tabitha for 10. And we get Carla and Annie for 5. Leaves us with a daily goal of $15, guys. We're almost there. Carla and Annie, thank you so much. TOby got his treats coming. TOby is chunky. Let me tell you, he's a thick boy. You know what the kids say now? They say thick, THICC. That means like somebody looks good, looking thick. That's TOby. He's a thick boy. I think that's more for girls, the whole thick thing, but I'm going to use it for TOby. Thick boy, thick boy. Hey, Wendy sent me a gift. It's the same thing as a donation, but it comes in gift form. We have to open it. All right, guys. So TOby got 3 donations on the way, which means, 6 treats? You know what we're going to do? We're going to give him a bowl at the end. Did we hit our goal? I think we're 5 away. I was going to say, if we hit our goal, I'll give him if we hit our goal, I'll just give him a big bowl of a bunch of treats. Are we? Let me see. I think we're 5 away. Or are we there? Let me check my thing. I go by whatever bills are due that day or week. That's how I actually do the goals. Okay, we're still 5 away, but you know what? We can kind of get started on the process. So we're almost to the goal, everyone. Thank you so much. We're dang close now. We're only $5 away from our daily goal. But what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start putting a bowl of treats together because we are close to the goal now. So instead of giving TOby periodic little ones, do you guys want to give him a nice big bowl and just let him kind of go at it? Does that sound fun? You have 5 diabetic cats at once? What? Oh my God. So thank you to Carla, Annie. Oh, wait, where's Watcher? Tabitha, Wendy, Carla, Annie. That one, okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting together a bowl. I'm going to give it a few minutes to see if we do get our hit our goal, which is $5 more. If we don't, I'll still give them the bowl, you know. But I'll try to wait since we're getting towards the end of the show anyways. But that'll be something fun we can do. Let me put this together real trick. I can't talk real quick. Bear with me. We got about 20 people in here. Yeah. So any of the new people, if you'd like to help, we're only 5 away from the goal, and we're going to give TOby a nice big bowl of treats. So we do get a nice big bowl of treats here. That's why you see TOby jump up. He saw me coming with the ball. He knows these balls are his. I'm going to wait a few more minutes, and we'll give it to him towards the end of the show, whether or not we hit the goal. But let's see if we hit the goal, and that can be a little celebration thing. That's what we've been doing at the end. Actually, you've missed it, watcher. Our new process has been, if we hit the goal, we've been making bowls of your Cinnamon Toast Crunch and your Peanut Butter Crunchies, which I don't have any more today, by the way. I'm sorry. But I know I got to sleep. We've been making big bowls of them, and at the end of the show, when we hit the goal, we give it to TOby. So he like kind of wraps his paws around it and just goes to town on it. So for the final 5 minutes, he's been eating his little bowls of treats. So I'll try to see if I can do that with today. See if we hit our goal, and we'll give him the big bowl of treats at the end. We'll give him one for now for being patient. Here, you got to say thank you to everybody. You got to wait, though. You got plenty coming. Here, go over here. Come over here. Okay. Yeah, that's from everyone. You got a big bowl left, but let's wait till the end of the show. That'll be kind of a good finale. Yeah. I kind of want to do it at the end, though. I think it's cute with the bowl. So let's wait and see if we can get one more $5 donation, and then we'll do a celebration, give him his big bowl. That's how I want to do it. Give him one more. Okay. Thank you for waiting, TOby. There's one more, but then you got to wait. It's only because you've been super patient today. Okay. All right, so the body of a woman was found in a well, and it looks like we have a confession. The body of a missing West Virginia woman was found in a deep water well on a secluded farm, and a 41-year-old man is charged with murder, say police. Yeah, what I'm going to do is as soon as this show ends, I'm going to run down and take this money out because StreamYard's trying to take money out of the account. They tried to take it this morning, watcher, and I didn't have the money in there because typically what I do is each day I'll take it out because every day we have a daily goal. I'll take it out and I'll either give it to my mom or put it towards a bill or something. So I kind of do it day by day, which probably isn't smart because it's like $5 every time you take it out. But what was I saying? Yeah, but today I'm definitely going to take it out as soon as the show ends because StreamYard's just trying to take out money. So if I let them take the money out and just leave it in, I'm not going to have enough. So as soon as the show is over, I'm going to run down. So Annie says, yay, Watcher is back. And Watcher says, missed you guys. And Carla says, TOby's treats, love y'all. Thank you for the messages, guys. So let's do another quick articles, then we'll see if we hit our goal, and then we'll give TOby his bowl and call it a day. So the woman, Cheyenne Johnson, 35 of Jackson County, was reported missing on a secluded farm, and she was found in a deep water well. A 41-year-old man is being charged with her murder. Who was it that was saying they love well water, kind of old-fashioned kind of things? Was that Tabitha the other day, or Teresa maybe? Somebody was saying they're old-fashioned, they love well water, kind of farm kind of life, something along those lines. I can't think of quite who it was, though. I don't think it was Annie. I'm almost positive it wasn't Annie, actually. Who was saying that? So her family had not heard from her for a couple of days, say police. When they searched for her, authorities received a tip from someone who said they overheard others talking about her murder. Funny how you can never get away with anything. Someone always overhears talking. Something always gets around. So the woman met with detectives and told them she'd overheard a man say he brought Johnson to a farm in Derricks Creek, where he'd slit her throat and buried her. The investigation led detectives to the Sissonville area of Kanawha County. There, authorities spoke to a woman identified in the complaint as Virginia Smith, who lives at a farm on Britton Ridge Road in Charleston, near Sissonville. Virginia Smith is the girlfriend of Michael Smith, 41 of Alderson, the complaint says. Virginia Smith initially said, wait, she's the girlfriend, not the wife? They just both happen to be named Smith? What's going on there? Is this in the country? Are we talking about family? What's going on, guys? Don't be dating when you have the same last name, even if it's a common one. You never know what's going to happen. How country is this place? I must know. Sorry to everyone who considers themselves country. Spring water is even better. Yeah. That's what I drink, spring water. But, you know, the bottled city kind. I believe you mean like right from a spring, the real kind. And he says it is the best, though. If you've never stopped on the side of the road and drank water coming off the mountain, you haven't lived. That sounds cool. I'm just saying. Or cranked it from a water pump. It was you, Shammy? Okay. That's right. Now that you're saying it's you, I feel like, I'm like, yep, that was definitely Simi. Shimmy girl. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm into old-fashioned things like that. It's funny. That's kind of how I live, is like, I'll have a couple months where I'm like, I want to live in like this big bustling city. You know, I want to live in the middle of all the action. Then I'll have a few months where I'm like, I want to just go drive to the middle of America, Nowhereville town, and just relax. You know, that's exactly how I feel, is I want to experience all different kinds of things. So I would totally be the kind that would love to spend like a month drinking from a well and tending the cows. I couldn't do it for my whole life. I'm definitely a city person at heart, but I'm the kind of person that likes to experience different things. So I would love to try it. Never ever had a desire for a city, never. Not even to see like for a week, just to see like, what are these city folk doing out there? Why are so many people living over there? That's what I think. Because I'll always be like, I like what I have. But then it'll dawn on me. I'll be like, well, listen, look at how many other people live way differently than me. There has to be something to that way too, right? Because if millions of people do it, you can't just assume everyone's dumb and just doesn't know the best way to live, right? You got to assume there are reasons keeping them living that way of life. So that's why I'm always like, let me try different things out. I don't know. That's the way my dumb mind works anyways. It's Annie posting the donation link. Let me just make a couple cigarettes, guys. We're only $5 away. We are almost to the goal. You want to go to Maine and Wyoming and out west. So you kind of still want to stay countryish though, right? Because those, well, Maine, of course, has its cities, as I'm sure Wyoming does. But judging by the places you picked, it sounds like you want to stay kind of country. What do you mean by out west? You mean California or like Midwest? So it was discovered that Miss Johnson had been a victim of homicide. Authorities say they believe Johnson was killed on Thursday, but Michael Smith admitted to killing her and disposing of her body in a deep water well on the property, said Young. When questioned, Michael Smith allegedly told the detective he shot Johnson in the head with a rifle before dragging her body to the well and dumping her in it, the complaint says. How awful. Although I'd imagine that was one that just kind of goes like this and you don't even know what happened. Just goes black, huh? What a way to go. And you're all over the ground. Sad stuff. West like Old West. Montana is my big one. Montana, yeah. You're a country girl at heart, Wendy. That is for sure. You're not a city girl. It is official, everybody. It is official. Watchers coming on down the road. Coming on down the mountain. Our watcher. We get a country girl, everybody, which is cool. I think probably, after somebody who dealt with city girls his whole life and prefers to stay single, I'd say I probably would appreciate country girls, actually. My dad, I remember him going through a phase when I was really young, where he was going to move away for a while. Because I wasn't really raised with him. I knew him. He'd come around for bits and then leave for bits. I remember him telling me, yeah, you're probably not going to hear from me for a couple of years. And I remember him telling me this whole thing about he was going to like the country because he used to sing country music too. And he was like, the women are different down there and things are different. My dad's just, he's a character. So he had kind of all these dreams and stuff. He was always, every month he had like a new dream. But I remember him going through that whole phase, wanting to be. So I guess I kind of get that from him, the whole wanting to experience different things, because he was always kind of doing that. But I stay a little more grounded than he ever did, though. He's really all over the place. You just won't hear from him for long periods of time. I'd never do that. So this is the sicko. I want to stay single as well. Yeah. You know, I've been back and forth on that. And I've always kind of felt like, I don't think I want to be single. I just went through so many bad things that I'm being single right now. But I think I'm actually to the point in age where I'm like, no, I think I really want to be single. You know, if something great were to come along, of course, it would change and I'd go at it. But I'm really to the point where, like, I'm 100% single by choice. I'm not looking. Not like actively looking anyways. It's just like whatever may come kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. You know, and you read about it happening a lot now. Like in Japan, population is dropping because there's a whole, you know, culture of people young people that are choosing to stay single. So it's definitely becoming a thing. Like in the olden days, people would be married up by like 15, having kids. I get picked at because of my very Southern style accent, slow talking drawl. Carla, you got that real slow. I know the Boston accent's kind of the exact opposite of the Southern drawl. It's like super quick, rushed. It's a weird. I love my accent. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I never even noticed it growing up, of course, because you know we talk like everyone around us. Nobody notices their accents. But once I moved away and was around other people, it really dawned on me like how out there my accent is, you know? So I like it because I like to stand out in the crowd. But I'll tell you, a lot of times I come home and I don't have a like to you guys, I have a super Boston accent, I'm sure. But if I'm in like the city, there are people that blow me away. The boss says, hey, where's the car, kid? Hey, grab the car, kid. You know, like, forget about it. But sometimes I'll even be sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, like I wouldn't have noticed it before, but that is one Boston ass MFer right there, you know? And it's a very brash and abrasive accent. Hey y'all, hee haw. Whereas the Southern drawl is kind of like welcomes you in, cooks you a cup of coffee and bakes you a piece of coffee cake. Relax a little bit and enjoy your time. Boss like, where we going, dude? Boston accent's like, we got to get out of here, bro. We just beat up this dude and the fucking cops are coming. That's the Boston accent. Sorry for my language. Biscuits and gravy. That's a better idea, Watcher. Biscuits and gravy. Yeah. My dad, as I said, he's a singer. He sung all different kinds of music, but he actively hides his Boston accent when he is either talking on stage because I perform on stage or singing. And he tells me, I told him once, I was like, you sound different when you sing. When I was younger, he's like, yeah, the Boston accent's the worst accent for singing. So you got to hide it. No one can understand me here. I'm from a holler. Everyone has an accent to someone. Yep. You near North Augusta? Although I got to say, guys, sorry for steering from the crime stuff so much, but I know you guys kind of like it when we just talk. I got to say, like, the West Coast accent is about as close of a non-accent as you can get. Not the surfers, of course, that are like, hey, man, I'm going to go for, hey, you know, party on, bro. Like, not surfers, but just the general kind of West Coast accent. That, to me, is like almost no accent, which is a very plain way of speaking. But again, I don't know. Maybe that's just to my ear, you know, because everyone has an accent to someone, like you say. But to me, that, at least in America, is the least like accentified way of speaking is the West Coast. I lived out there for a while. All it sounds like to me is they overpronounce their R's a little bit. Not as much as a Southerner, but that's the only thing I hear when I hear the Western accent. Otherwise, I'm like, that's a non-accent way of speaking. I realize I'm sounding like an idiot right now, not being very articulate, just not coming across what I'm trying to say well because I'm half asleep. So we will be ending the show pretty soon. As soon as we come on, guys, let's hit our goal. We got $5 from our goal. We got people posting the link. If we hit our goal, we'll give TOby this bowl. That rhymed. Then we'll finish up the show. That was almost a 3-part rhyme, huh? We are making it. Hit our goal, TOby's bowl, finish the show, and then we'll go. So according to the complaint, Michael Smith told authorities that Johnson had stolen Virginia Smith's car on Thursday night and that she was killed during an argument when she brought it back. Well, you don't want to be stealing people's car, that's for sure. But you don't want to kill people either, so that's a toughie. He was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He is being held in the South Central Regional Jail. Police are still investigating motive and how Johnson and Michael Smith knew each other. He has not yet entered a plea. It is unclear whether he has retained an attorney who can speak on his behalf. So they didn't know each other, but she stole his car. I don't know. That's a weird story. We'll leave that one where it is, I guess. You can have that one back. That's a weird story. I don't want that. Y'all can have that back. I don't think Midwesterners really have an accent. No, some of them, well, it depends where, because Midwest is kind of big, but like the northern Midwest to me has a big accent. Like, you have, of course, in North Dakota, like, oh, yeah, don't you know? That's a pretty deep accent. And then you have like the Michigan where instead of wash, they'll say wash. Put it in the washer. Put it in the washing machine. So you do have some accents in the Midwest. But yeah, I think there's probably a good swath of it where there's not a very deep accent. I've heard Northerners much worse. Yeah. Northeast by far are like super strong accents. Midwest, South, and West are very kind of tame. All they are different variations of like speed and how much R they put in it. That's really it. It's the East Coasters, the Northeasters that are the brash. You know what the worst accent is to me? And some people are probably saying, shut up, man, you have the worst accent. But to me, the Baltimore accent is the worst. It is such a weird accent, and I didn't even know about it until fairly recently. I heard a couple people talking, and I was like, what the hell is that accent? I couldn't figure it out. It's the Baltimore accent, and I don't know too many specifics of it. For chair, they say cheer, yeah. What's the one we had in our tune in Boston? Hang on. Anyways, for Baltimore, the way they say ooh, like they don't say you. It's like yee. It's I can't even imitate it. Look up the Baltimore accent and how they'll say like, "What are you gonna do?" It's the ew. It's such a weird ooh sound. Their ooh is awful. I'm sorry. If you're from Baltimore area, I apologize. I have a goofy accent too, so don't get mad at me. If I can make fun of myself, I can make fun of you too, right? If I can make fun of you, you can make fun of me. But yeah, the way they say the ew, what are you going to do? It's such a weird ew. I don't know if it's from France or wherever the hell it's from, but it is a weird ew. My grandchildren sometimes go to Victory Baptist. Hey, everybody getting to know each other. So, a Tennessee girl, 10 years old, is fatally stabbed and her mom is charged with murder. A motive for Friday's violence remains unknown. Oh, we have the little girl here sitting with Spider-Man. What a sad picture, huh? Knowing what will become of her. Sitting with Spider-Man. A 29-year-old Tennessee woman is accused of fatally stabbing her 10-year-old daughter and critically injuring her 18-year-old sister during an attack outside her Memphis apartment building on Friday. Wow. Boy. All right, guys, we got about 18 people in here. I'll try one more time, then I'll shut it down. We're trying to hit the goal. We're $5 from the goal. If you'd like to get us there, Boston accent, if you'd like to get us there, this is the link right here. Do not go by the one in the description. I'm sure we would have hit it had I not messed it up in the description, but you live and learn and then get hugs, loves, whatever the saying is. So that's the link right there if anybody would like to get us there. We're only $5 away. We got a couple more articles, and then we're going to give TOby a bowl of treats as a thank you for the donations. Whether or not we hit the goal, we'll do it. But if we could hit it, that would be great, because other than a couple days ago, we had a good day. But other than that, the week, we haven't really It's been slow week. So let's try to hit it, huh? What do you say? What do you say? Throw it in the old washer. See if we can worship this donation, get it nice and clean. Say 29-year-old Tennessee woman is accused of fatally stabbing her 10-year-old daughter, critically injuring her 18-year-old sister during attack outside her Memphis apartment building on Friday. Laurencia Reed has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder in connection with the death of her daughter, Kamari Reed, as well as 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Reed has yet to enter pleas to the charges, and it was unclear Tuesday if the woman who was being held without bond had retained legal counsel. Police were called to the scene Friday evening and arrived to find Kamari and her 18-year-old aunt, who has not been named, suffering from stab wounds. Oof. Both were transported to a nearby hospital, where Kamari was pronounced dead soon after arrival. Her aunt remains in critical condition. A motive remains unknown, with investigators saying only that the stabbing seemed to be, quote, a domestic violence situation in a Twitter post. We've entered a world where we get all our news from Twitter. How silly, huh? But you know what? It's just as easy a way to get news out as any other way, so why not? A GoFundMe campaign has been launched in order to cover Kamari's funeral costs. Very sad. She was so innocent and had her whole life ahead of her, writes Akiria Reed, another one of Kamari's aunts. If you'd met her, you'd love her. She's the sweetest ever. Sad, guys. Fortunately, that's the world we inhabit here on the Jay and TOby Morning Show. It's just a world of sadness, of constant depression and murders and all kinds of stuff. We've hit our goal. All right, Carla, you rock. You are absolutely a part of the family here. And so Carla, go ahead and brings us to our goal for the day. So as I finished my last article, so that worked out perfect. So let's thank our donors, as well as anybody who was here, because we appreciate you just coming and listening. But thank you to Tabitha and Wendy, who donate 10, Carla, who donates 10 as well, and Annie, who donates 5. You guys are amazing. We hit our daily goal, and that's because we did do an earlier stream where Ronnie donated 20, so we got, I think, 50 for the day. So it worked out awesome. And it gets us right at the end to our TOby treats. So we got a nice big bowl of treats here for TOby. Remember, he did get a few already today, so I don't want to make the bowl too full. But let's finish off like this. Let's get those hands ready, Toaster. There you go. Treats provided by Watcher, a.k.a. Wendy. Everybody thank her for the treats and any of the cereals that have been on the recent shows, the crunchies and stuff like that. Christine says, I'm originally from Michigan, now in Florida. I'm doing my washing at the moment. Yep, that is a totally Michigan kind of accent. Washing machine. What's the one that, I know what it is. So it's funny because Boston, we're known as not saying the R, right? The ah, we say ah, so we'll say ka versus car. But it's funny because even though we don't say that letter, we add it on to words, right? I did tell her, Annie, I'm pretty sure, yeah. We're glad to have you, Carla. You're awesome. TOby eating away at his treats, thanks to you guys. And I'm glad I realized what about the accent. But yeah, so like one thing Boston people do, this is pointed out to me by my California friend, is instead of idea, we say idea. Like I have an idea, which is weird because for people who are known for dropping the R, dropping the ah, especially at the end of the word, why would we add it to idea to make it idea? It's like the weirdest, it's like the most backwards ass accent ever. The people who never say ahs, but then sometimes add them onto words where they don't exist in the first place. I don't know. What do I know? Let's give TOby another bowl. Yeah, we don't say the R. These are, so if you're looking at, oh my God, grossest pants ever, that's all ash from the cigarettes falling. So I'm not just walking around with like chocolate on my pants. That's all ashes, just so you know. know what I just realized, since I don't want to give him too many bacons just because they're very strong and calories and all that stuff, is I get these. So even though we don't have any more of Watch's cereal, we can do some crunchies, right? We get some Cheez-Its. Those Cajun accent. Yeah, Louisiana got some strong ones too, some odd ones. There you go. Some more crunchies for Tobes. By the way, guys, eat your food, no more. He's looking to see if I'm bringing him anything else. By the way, guys, I got this awesome new chair. I love this chair. It's revolutionizing my life. But if you, what was I gonna say? So if you're into watching cute animals, I came across something on YouTube that I think everyone here would love, since you guys are into TOby and you all post pictures of cute pets often. I don't know the name of the channel. It's a weird name, and it's like actually in Japanese a lot of the time. I think it's a Japanese channel. But if you look up, there's a channel on YouTube. The names are always like Otter Goes to the Beach, the name of the video, or Otter Has a Birthday. But if you look up Otter, and then the names of the otters are Hannah, Hanna, and Kotaro, Kotaro. So look up Otter Hannah or Otter Kotaro. The cutest freaking things you've ever seen. This lady in Japan that has pet otters, you won't regret it. Trust me. These things like sit at the table, eat their birthday cakes. They fight over the food. They are the freaking cutest things ever. You love them, Watcher? Okay, so you're familiar. Watcher's in on the otter, trade. She knows what's up. They are so freaking cute, guys. They're just as cute as dogs, I think. Dogs, cats, any kind of pet that you're into. It's so. Oh no. Dang it. Oh, we're 29 cents away. God dang it. Dang PayPal. I was trying to get to a certain amount to take it up to get to my mom for a bill. And I forgot that PayPal charges us. So I need to be $5 over the amount I'm taking out. And I'm $4.71 over. I'm going to have to try to figure it out. Dang it. I hate ATMs. We might have to take a ride. I think we got to find that ATM. You listening? Yeah. I'm still alive though. But that ATM that right down the street, if you're not exactly $5 over, you can't take out the amount. But I think the one at Richdale, they take less out, so you can have less in there. Freaking PayPal. All right, guys. Sorry. That's it. Toby's finished with his crunchies. All right, Toby. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We do have a couple articles, but I think I'm going to save them for later because we're already an hour and 10 minutes into the show. So it's been a long kind of show. We got the intern being harassed for accusing an Idaho state rep, and judge rules anonymous Kevin Spacey accuser must go public with his identity. Madeleine McCann. I'll say this real quick. So a Madeleine McCann is what am I saying? The guy who supposedly killed Madeleine McCann has been linked to another 2004 murder, it looks like. So I don't know, guys. I'm not even sure that they know that this guy definitely did it, right? But they're saying that he's been linked to something else. I don't know what's going on. But apparently they're getting close on that, and they're linking him to other crimes as well. The guy they think did it. So kind of scary stuff. But all right, guys. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Thank you, Watcher. $5 more. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's the worst thing ever. That's what I hate about the ATM. I wish there was flexibility. Like, because a lot of times when I set a goal for the amount for the day, many times it's just because like We have a cell phone due one day. We have the internet due one day. So a lot of times it's like 50 or 60 will be the amount. But I always you have to get exactly 5 with this ATM I go to. So literally, let's say I need to take out $60. If I have $64.99, it will decline it. But at 65, you can take out the 60. So it's like if you're 2 cents short, you only take out $20 less. It's like, what a nightmare. There should be some kind of flexibility there where, because you can only take on multiples of 20, 40, or 60. So if you can't take out 60 because you're 2 cents short, you can only take out 40. So it's like, oh my God, ATM's driving me nuts. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Watcher. I guess sent another 5. Thank you. Oh, Andy did too? I think Andy did too. Or is that an old one? I think they both did. Well, you guys rock anyway. Everybody chipped in. That helps a lot. All right, guys. Well, that's good. I can go to the store here and just give it right to Mema to get that bill paid. And I think everyone knows, but I did start my new job last night, so things are looking good. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Once those checks start rolling in, be good to go. No longer depending solely on this to run a house, which has been tough. But you guys have totally came through for me. These last 2 months, if I didn't have this morning show, I don't know. Could have been homeless, seriously. So you guys have absolutely came through. I love this. And but the good news is the pressures, we're still going to do the morning show, of course, because it helps out. But the pressure's been largely relieved by having a general regular job. But okay, guys, I love this. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. There's no interview tonight because I do have to get some sleep. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.